Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna first of all apologize if my voice sounds a little weird. I got my braces off and now I have a retainer on, so my voice might sound a little congested or nasally, just because the way my retainer is on. So I put out a poll yesterday where I asked my subscribers what they wanted to see more of, and it seems that they want to see more election analysis and prediction. So what the Senate race that I'm going to be talking about today is the 2026 Maine Senate race. Now, 5-term incumbent Senator Susan Collins, who's a Republican, has been a senator for Maine since 1995, and she's always been kind of known as a moderate Republican who's been very successful in a state that Democrats have always won. And now she is more unpopular than ever. And this is kind of seen as one of the key flip opportunities for the Democratic Party if they want to win in November. And right now, the Democratic Party is very competitive. It's very competitive between Janet Mills, who is the governor of Maine, and Graham Platner, who's a harbor master. Now, Janet Mills is definitely the establishment pick. She's a moderate Democrat who is has the endorsement of Chuck Schumer and the endorsement of Andy Beshear, those moderate senators and governors. Well, Graham Platner is the progressive candidate. He's got the endorsement of Senator Bernie Sanders. Now, if we're looking at this, most people would say, "Oh, Janet Mills is the better pick. She's the more progressive candidate, more moderate candidate. She is the governor of Maine, while Graham Platner is this more radical." Just this nobody, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. So first of all, Janet Mills is in her 70s, so she's very old, as senators go. She'd be the oldest new senator, junior senator, in the state, in the country, and she is actually fairly unpopular in her state. She's one of the most unpopular governors in the country. And Graham Platner, on the other hand, really has a very enthusiastic base of supporters who are very progressive and who want to bring this country forward. And I think that overall, Graham Platner would definitely be a better choice. He does have his controversies. There was some Nazi tattoo symbol issue that he had. And of course, he is a progressive candidate, which, for those Senate voters in Maine who might be more conservative or moderate, they might not want to vote for him. But I definitely think that the tune of this country, and especially the Democratic Party, with them going through almost a Tea Party movement, is that they, I think, are much more willing now. The Democratic Party is much more willing now to experiment with who they choose to be their Senate choices. And if that means nominating more progressive and younger candidate, then I think that's going to really help them in November. Especially if the alternative is a super old, unpopular governor. Now, that's just my opinion. I tend to be more progressive, so I'm sure moderate Democrats would say that Janet Mills is better, but I do think that a progressive candidate is definitely what Maine needs to unseat a incumbent like what's her name? Sorry, I'm blacking out. Susan Collins. But yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.